HESI A2 hormones questions. Question 1. Which option identifies the hormone with this feature? It contains iodine and is released by thyroid follicular cells. Option A, calcitonin. Option B, insulin. Option C, thyroxine. Option D, thyroid stimulating hormone. The correct answer is option C, thyroxine. This hormone participates in regulating basal metabolism. It increases cellular metabolic activity and supports growth, and it contains iodine and is released by thyroid follicular cells. Those details distinguish the tested concept from related choices. Question 2. Which option identifies the hormone most directly associated with supporting labor and breastfeeding and this function, stimulates uterine contractions and milk ejection? Option A, erythropoietin. Option B, oxytocin. Option C, progesterone. Option D, antidiuretic hormone. The correct answer is option B, oxytocin. This hormone participates in supporting labor and breastfeeding. It stimulates uterine contractions and milk ejection, and it is synthesized in the hypothalamus and released from the posterior pituitary. Those details distinguish the tested concept from related choices. Question 3. Which option identifies the hormone with this feature? It is produced by the thymus and is most influential early in life. Option A, thymosin. Option B, follicle-stimulating hormone. Option C, cholecystokinin. Option D, calcitonin. The correct answer is option A, thymosin. This hormone participates in linking endocrine and immune function. It supports development of certain immune lymphocytes, and it is produced by the thymus and is most influential early in life. Those details distinguish the tested concept from related choices. Stressed about your HESI A2? We can take HESI A2 for you remotely and undetected. We always guarantee a pass and payments only after results. To send us an email, scan the code or tap the link in the description and let's get it done. Question 4. Which option identifies the hormone associated with coordinating digestion and both clues? It stimulates gastric acid secretion and stomach activity, and it is released by endocrine cells in the stomach. Option A, gastrin. Option B, secretin. Option C, melatonin. Option D, epinephrine. The correct answer is option A, gastrin. The function described is that this hormone stimulates gastric acid secretion and stomach activity. A second identifying feature is that it is released by endocrine cells in the stomach. Together, the two clues explain the role in coordinating digestion. Question 5. A physiology item gives two clues. It supports male reproductive development and sperm production, and it is produced mainly by interstitial cells of the testes. Which option identifies the hormone? Option A, the growth hormone. Option B, epinephrine. Option C, testosterone. Option D, thymosin. The correct answer is option C, testosterone. The role tested here involves regulating male reproductive physiology. This hormone supports male reproductive development and sperm production. It can also be identified because it is produced mainly by interstitial cells of the testes. Question 6. Which option identifies the gland region most important for controlling endocrine glands and growth because it synthesizes and releases several tropic hormones? Option A, adrenal medulla. Option B, adrenal cortex. Option C, posterior pituitary. Option D, anterior pituitary. The correct answer is option D, anterior pituitary. A key clue is that this gland region is regulated by releasing and inhibiting signals through a portal circulation. It also synthesizes and releases several tropic hormones. That combination is central to controlling endocrine glands and growth. Question 7. Which option identifies the hormone most directly associated with supporting blood volume and pressure and this function, increases renal sodium reabsorption and potassium secretion? Option A, aldosterone. Option B, cortisol. Option C, growth hormone. Option D, adrenal androgens. The correct answer is option A, aldosterone. This hormone participates in supporting blood volume and pressure. It increases renal sodium reabsorption and potassium secretion, and it is a mineralocorticoid produced by the adrenal cortex. Those details distinguish the tested concept from related choices. Question 8. Which option identifies the hormone most important for coordinating digestion because it stimulates gallbladder contraction and pancreatic enzyme release? Option A, testosterone. Option B, cholecystokinin. Option C, parathyroid hormone. Option D, estrogen. The correct answer is option B, cholecystokinin. A key clue is that this hormone is released from the small intestine in response to fats and proteins. It also stimulates gallbladder contraction and pancreatic enzyme release. That combination is central to coordinating digestion. Are you looking for HESI A2 actual questions? Visit our website pokerexams.com to access HESI A2 study guide with actual questions and answers. Scan the QR code or click the link in the description to get HESI A2 answer key today. Question 9. A review item describes a hormone that is released by parafollicular cells when extracellular calcium is elevated. Which option identifies it? Option A, thyroxine. Option B, cholecystokinin. Option C, calcitonin. Option D, vitamin D active form. The correct answer is option C, calcitonin. For supporting calcium homeostasis, this hormone reduces signals that favor release of calcium from bone. It can also be recognized because it is released by parafollicular cells when extracellular calcium is elevated. The remaining choices have different primary functions or locations. Question 10. Which option identifies the hormone with this feature? It is released when calcium levels fall. Option A, triiodothyronine. Option B, parathyroid hormone. Option C, glucagon. Option D, a follicle-stimulating hormone. The correct answer is option B, parathyroid hormone. This hormone participates in maintaining neuromuscular function. It increases calcium availability through effects on bone, kidneys, and vitamin D, and it is released when calcium levels fall. Those details distinguish the tested concept from related choices. Question 11. A physiology item gives 2 clues. It increases intestinal absorption of calcium and phosphate, and it is produced through coordinated skin, liver, and kidney steps. Which option identifies the hormone? Option A, thyroxine. Option B, luteinizing hormone. Option C, cortisol. Option D, vitamin D active form. The correct answer is option D, vitamin D active form. The role tested here involves supporting bone mineralization. This hormone increases intestinal absorption of calcium and phosphate. It can also be identified because it is produced through coordinated skin, liver, and kidney steps. Question 12. Which option identifies the hormone associated with regulating daily biological cycles? In both clues, it helps coordinate circadian rhythms and sleep timing, and it is released mainly in darkness by the pineal gland. Option A, prolactin. Option B, glucagon. Option C, erythropoietin. Option D, melatonin. The correct answer is option D, melatonin. The function described is that this hormone helps coordinate circadian rhythms and sleep timing. A second identifying feature is that it is released mainly in darkness by the pineal gland. Together, the 2 clues explain the role in regulating daily biological cycles. Question 13. A student is reviewing a concept involved in supporting adaptation to stress. Which option identifies the hormone with this function, raises fuel availability and modifies immune activity during prolonged stress? Option A, progesterone. Option B, adrenal androgens. Option C, cortisol. Option D, erythropoietin. The correct answer is option C, cortisol. The role tested here involves supporting adaptation to stress. This hormone raises fuel availability and modifies immune activity during prolonged stress. It can also be identified because it is a glucocorticoid produced by the adrenal cortex. Question 14. Which option identifies the hormone most important for reducing blood volume and pressure because it promotes sodium and water loss when cardiac chambers are stretched? Option A, triiodothyronine. Option B, thyroxine. Option C, prolactin. Option D, atrial natriuretic peptide. The correct answer is option D, atrial natriuretic peptide. A key clue is that this hormone is released from atrial muscle cells. It also promotes sodium and water loss when cardiac chambers are stretched. That combination is central to reducing blood volume and pressure. Question 15. Which option identifies the hormonal system most important for maintaining circulation because it raises blood pressure and supports sodium retention when renal perfusion falls? Option A, ciliary muscle. Option B, sarcoplasmic reticulum. Option C, mucous membrane. Option D, renin-angiotensin-aldosterone system. The correct answer is option D, renin-angiotensin-aldosterone system. A key clue is that this hormonal system links kidney signaling with vascular and adrenal responses. It also raises blood pressure and supports sodium retention when renal perfusion falls. That combination is central to maintaining circulation. Question 16. Which option identifies the hormone best matching this description? It is released by the anterior pituitary, and it triggers ovulation and supports sex-hormone production. Option A, luteinizing hormone. Option B, epinephrine. Option C, secretin. Option D, vitamin D active form. The correct answer is option A, luteinizing hormone. For regulating reproductive function, this hormone triggers ovulation and supports sex-hormone production. It can also be recognized because it is released by the anterior pituitary. The remaining choices have different primary functions or locations. Question 17. A learner connects the clues, increases cardiac activity and mobilizes energy during acute stress and is released from adrenal medullary cells. Which option best matches both clues? Option A, follicle-stimulating hormone. Option B, epinephrine. Option C, testosterone. Option D, adrenal androgens. The correct answer is option B, epinephrine. The function described is that this hormone increases cardiac activity and mobilizes energy during acute stress. A second identifying feature is that it is released from adrenal medullary cells. Together, the two clues explain the role in supporting fight-flight physiology. Question 18. Which option identifies the cell most important for preventing excessive fasting hypoglycemia because it responds to falling glucose by releasing a fuel-mobilizing hormone? Option A, pancreatic alpha cell. Option B, phagocyte. Option C, chief cell. Option D, B lymphocyte. The correct answer is option A, pancreatic alpha cell. A key clue is that this cell is found in endocrine clusters within the pancreas. It also responds to falling glucose by releasing a fuel-mobilizing hormone. That combination is central to preventing excessive fasting hypoglycemia. Stressed about your GED? We can take GED for you remotely and undetected. We always guarantee a pass and payments only after results. To send us an email, scan the code or tap the link in the description and let's get it done. Question 19. Which option identifies the structure best matching this description? It is scattered among exocrine digestive tissue, and it contains endocrine cells that regulate blood glucose. Option A, infundibulum. Option B, pancreatic islet. Option C, midbrain. Option D, pineal gland. The correct answer is option B, pancreatic islet. For linking the pancreas to metabolism, this structure contains endocrine cells that regulate blood glucose. It can also be recognized because it is scattered among exocrine digestive tissue. The remaining choices have different primary functions or locations. Question 20. Which option identifies the hormone whose key function is, produces strong metabolic effects in target cells? Option A, triiodothyronine. Option B, antidiuretic hormone. Option C, a follicle-stimulating hormone. Option D, oxytocin and lactation. The correct answer is option A, triiodothyronine. This hormone produces strong metabolic effects in target cells. It is the more active thyroid hormone and may be formed from another circulating thyroid product. These linked features explain the role in regulating energy use. Question 21. Which option identifies the hormone whose key function is, supports and stabilizes the uterine lining after ovulation? Option A, prolactin in lactation. Option B, estrogen. Option C, growth hormone. Option D, progesterone. The correct answer is option D, progesterone. This hormone supports and stabilizes the uterine lining after ovulation. It is produced mainly by the corpus luteum during the luteal phase. These linked features explain the role in preparing for possible implantation. Question 22. A physiology item gives two clues. It stimulates bicarbonate-rich pancreatic secretion, and it is released from the small intestine in response to acid. Which option identifies the hormone? Option A, cortisol. Option B, glucagon. Option C, secretin. Option D, luteinizing hormone. The correct answer is option C, secretin. The role tested here involves protecting the duodenum. This hormone stimulates bicarbonate-rich pancreatic secretion. It can also be identified because it is released from the small intestine in response to acid. Question 23. Which option identifies the hormone with this feature? It is released by pancreatic alpha cells during fasting. Option A, estrogen. Option B, glucagon. Option C, insulin. Option D, cortisol. The correct answer is option B, glucagon. This hormone participates in maintaining fuel balance. It raises blood glucose by promoting hepatic glycogen breakdown and glucose production, and it is released by pancreatic alpha cells during fasting. Those details distinguish the tested concept from related choices. Question 24. A review item describes a gland region that forms the outer region of the adrenal gland. Which option identifies it? Option A, adrenal cortex. Option B, anterior pituitary. Option C, the adrenal medulla. Option D, posterior pituitary. The correct answer is option A, adrenal cortex. For coordinating long-term endocrine responses, this gland region produces steroid hormones involved in stress, mineral balance, and sex-related traits. It can also be recognized because it forms the outer region of the adrenal gland. The remaining choices have different primary functions or locations. Question 25. Which option identifies the hormone most important for supporting oxygen transport because it stimulates red blood cell production in bone marrow? Option A, triiodothyronine. Option B, antidiuretic hormone. Option C, erythropoietin. Option D, a follicle-stimulating hormone. The correct answer is option C, erythropoietin. A key clue is that this hormone is released mainly by the kidneys when oxygen delivery is low. It also stimulates red blood cell production in bone marrow. That combination is central to supporting oxygen transport.